on the Gen Z and Endsars in Nigeria. I observed a key difference, and I wanted to highlight that tonight. The Gen Zs and the Endsars in Nigeria in 2020, there was a protest similar to what the Gen Zs did. There's a big difference, and I want to highlight that, not to put down anything, but simply to make us aware. So the Gen Zs have done something which is incredible that we need to be emulated across the whole of Africa. It's very important that we highlight the great work they did, the amazing work they did in really waking up people, the Gen Zs. Very, very important, and we salute them once again for the work that they're doing. We salute them very much. Please do share the broadcast. Reach as many people as possible. And if I forget anybody, just add their names. And of course, share the broadcast. Help us reach more people. You know, very, very important. Good evening and welcome. Welcome to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. We are back again. Vanna, welcome. I'm going to invite Vanna straight away. I'll invite her. I'll invite others. So if you see people that have not spoken today, of course, bring them in. Let me know. Send me an invite. So we are talking. If you look at the picture, it says here, what was the difference between Gen Z and Endsars? What was the difference? We need to discuss that. Welcome on board, Vanna. Good evening, good evening, good evening to you. Let's hear a few words from me before I progress. Great meeting this afternoon. We're going to touch on that as well. Vanna, if you want to say a few words, welcome on board. It's great to have you on board.
Yes, thank you.
Thank
Do
you.
you ever sleep?
Sorry?
Do you ever sleep?
I do try, but you know, if this is important, when the ancestors are connecting, sending messages, I tune in and I try and sort of connect. Thank you for coming to the meeting. Thank you for joining the meeting this afternoon. It was a pleasant discussion. Wonderful.
It was
And
so pleasant. The
yes,
plan was so wonderful and clear.
yeah, yes.
Yes,
So
it is.
so
I'm
we
listening.
you're good, good. Okay, good, good. Thank you very much. And yeah, you can mute yourself and I will carry on. Thank you. So we had a meeting today. Again, it's about the Constitution. It's very important. As you're watching us, please continue to share. And we would love you to subscribe to Citizen AY on this platform. Subscribe, like the broadcast, share it, you know, share to 5, share to 10, reach as many people as possible. We are talking about really important stuff. And what the Gen Zs did is very critical in what we're saying. The Gen Zs of Kenya, they've done something amazing. They have thought about themselves as a community, not as individuals, but as a community, looking out for each other, and even prepared to take sacrifice as a community to achieve their goal, which is to make sure that that finance bill did not stand because it was affecting their lives. It's affecting their families' lives. If it's going to impact all of their lives, sanitary pad, literally, is going to affect it. The cost of eating, just to even buying your land, everything was going to be impacted by this. So they understood, and the reason why they were so committed was because they knew what their constitution is. They know. The Gen Zs, they know their constitution. I'm going to see if I can bring Daniel here. If I can bring Daniel, oh, it's a shame. I'll see if I can find a way to bring him in. If I can bring Daniel here, I should have brought him earlier on. I just wasn't quick enough. Daniel is one of the Gen Zs in Kenya, and he's been on this show for a good few times now, and many of you will know him. And the plans and the way they discuss and devise things, he didn't say it fully on air, but the discussions we've had behind the scenes have shown me quite that they've really had a lot of discussion about how they plan and envisage the problems they're likely to face in this struggle against the finance bill. Now, the reason why I'm talking about the difference, if you look on the picture, The Gen Zs are the ones at the bottom. Can you see that? Gen Z Kenya. Can you see it? Gen Z Kenya. That's them with their hands up. And that's the Endsars in Nigeria at the top. Now, both sides, the Endsars lost, lives were lost. The police used guns. To unalive people. They used pew pew. Sorry, the police forces used pew pew to unalive people. At this point, let us use this keyword. If you want to talk about people losing their lives, say unalive. If you want to talk about, use pew pew. If you want to talk about the what we're facing and the people involved, say YT. So those are house rules that we want to put in place. So if people lose their lives, instead of saying the word KILL, say unalive. If people use a certain GUN, say pew pew. If you are going to talk about WHITE in the relation to the program, the system, use YT. I'm talking in terms of the system. I'm not here to try and put down anybody, but because the reason I'm saying that's because the TikTok, they are very hot if you use the wrong word. So YT, please, for WHITE, unalive, for when people lose their lives by force and everything else. And of course, when they use the GUN, say pew pew. So then we'll build on that. So I'm hoping that people can use that as we go along. Very important that we do that. So very, very important that you're joining us. And I'm really grateful for many of you as you're joining the broadcast, as you're seeing it. Please do share, share, and share. Don't forget, continue to tap, 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 and share the screen, the like as you're coming in. Tap, 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 and share. Tap the screen, tap, 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 and share, and keep sharing the broadcast to reach as many people as possible. So, the topic today is really about the Gen Zs and the great work they've done in opening up many people's eyes to what has been happening. And we can achieve a lot more by working together. And that's what they've shown us. And on top of that, backing up what they've done. Hi there, good evening to you as you're joining. Please do share and of course tap, 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 share the screen. And on top of what they've done, they also know, many of them know their constitution. Now they learned the constitution. I believe good evening to you on YouTube as well. If you're watching us for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube. We welcome gifts as well. You can do super chats and all of that, on there to give us, we welcome gifts from yourself and support. All the links are on the platform. You are, of course, watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Share the broadcast. Let it reach as many people as possible. We aim to be informative and to provide information that we need in our communities to empower our communities. The key to freeing Africa lies in Africa. It lies in the people, all 1.3 billion Africans, or 1.4 billion Africans on the African continent. They are the key to our freedom, and we have to help them unlock the powers within them. Every single individual on the African continent possesses powers of sovereignty that they are unaware of. Our task is to unlock that sovereignty to enable them to begin to hold their governance to account using the powers of the Constitution critically in their language. They don't have to learn French. They don't have to learn English. They don't have to learn Portuguese. They can learn, we can teach them this in their language to begin to take control back of their continent. We are not in control of our continent. Very important point to make. And with their help, with all 1.4 billion Africans knowing their rights in their language, we will take control. We will take control of our continent. And that's the task before us all. And I'm sure we are equal. We are more than equal to it. I share. We are beating the drums of our ancestors. We are beating the drums of our ancestors. Ashe. we will continue to beat those drums. We are connecting, and nothing can stop this. We are talking about the African continent and reconnecting our people to that soil. This is what we are talking about. So we are only talking about empowering our people. You see the fair coming up with some comments in the live were filtered to protect community experience. What did I tell you all? I spoke about the fact of when we're speaking, if you're going to talk about lives being lost, say on a live. If you're going to talk about WHIT, just use YT. If you're going to talk about using GUN, PPU is the word for it. So we'll continue anyway. But we will not be deterred. We are here speaking truth to power at all times. Please share the broadcast. So, like I said, we are beating the drums. We are beating the drums of our ancestors. Rise up, African youth. Exactly, age of truth. Well said, well said. Rise up. That's what we need. We need you to rise up. And we're trying to empower you. You possess that power, but you do not know it. But thankfully, the Genzs of Kenya, they are becoming aware of it. Now, going back to the Genzs of Kenya, what they did was this. Once they learned the constitution in their own language, in English, once they learned it, guess what they did? They didn't just keep it to themselves. They taught each other about the constitution. They now went into their communities and they spread the knowledge in their local languages so that their parents and grandparents are supporting them in many of the communities. There's still a lot of work to do to make sure that people have the full knowledge of the constitution in their local languages. But they've begun that process. And that is what we want to happen right across Africa. And that is why, they lose the power. We lose their fear, they lose their power. Wow, age of truth. Well said. Well said. I'm gonna start that comment right there. I need to put that up. I need to pin that right there. Fact. So like I said, this is not preaching hate. We're not here to preach hate. We're here on the African continent. We have to realize we must be unapologetic about speaking up for Africa. Rhoda, good evening. Oh my God, thank you for joining us again. Wow, don't you rest. So thank you for joining us. I'm sending you an invite. You can join the panel as well. It's great. So what we are saying here, we must be unapologetic to speak up for Africans on the African continent. We must be unapologetic. We are doing this for the coming generation. This is not about me or you anymore now. It's about the coming generation. The foundation that we lay now will ensure that we will get a free Africa in the coming future. No doubt. That's the foundation that we're laying. And we are unapologetic. Now, I'm stating this clearly. We are not talking about Africa going to any other continent and disrupting anything being done there. No. We are talking about restoring balance. The balance that our ancestors created when they built the amazing kingdoms that all countries, all of the other continents around the world came to marvel at. The Arabs came to marvel at the kingdoms of our ancestors. The Europeans came to marvel at the kings of our ancestors, at the kingdoms of our ancestors. We are kingdom dwellers. We have to remind ourselves who we are. Keep the drums going. Beat the drums. We must continue to beat that drums on the African continent. We have every right to beat that drums. We need to remind ourselves who we are. We have forgotten, they've lied to us about who we are. Now we are taking responsibility. And that is what we need. Thank you very much, Age of Truth. Beat that drums. We must beat the drums of awareness, the drums of awakening, the drums of reclaiming our true strength of Africans. Beat the drums. Beat the drums. We must beat those drums. That's where we will remember and recall the greatness of our ancestors that lies in each and every DNA. It lies in your DNA. We are not apologetic about any of this. We stand firm. Thank you very much, Venome. Thank you very much. I appreciate you as ever. Please, we welcome gifts from you all as well. Donate as much as you can. Give, subscribe to us. There's a lot of work we need to do. Rhoda came to and was part of the meeting this evening, and we had discussions about how we are going to roll out this plan for constitution. We are building the paperwork and the framework in place to be able to support the spread of the awareness of constitution in our local languages. It is really important. So now tying that back to narrative that our leaders are prisoned to break are prisoned to break free. Yeah, let's take the Western narrative that our leaders are prisoned into break free. Okay, I get what you're saying there. I think I get the sense of what you mean there. We have to change the narrative. We, the people, are going to free ourselves. You see, let's be very clear. There's no one person that can free Africa. We all have a role to play in making sure that Africa is free. We all have a role to play. And that role is to make sure we share information among ourselves and other things that we were not going to say necessarily on here. But we need to play our part. Like somebody said, we're all pieces of a puzzle. And when we put them all on the table and they fit together, then we unlock Africa's freedom. We all have that role to play. So please share. Very, very important. I hope you do continue to share the broadcast, and thank you so very much for joining. So going back to the youth, they translated the constitution into their local languages. I want to say a special hello to Africa, Peace, Africa, Hope in the Democratic Republic of Congo. He's doing a lot of work. He's done something similar as well, whereby he's translated the constitution into not several languages, and it's helpful, and he supports what we're doing, and he's encouraging us, and he was part of the discussion this afternoon as well. So there'll be more things that we'll be doing that you'll be seeing coming along, but we need your support. As much as we are talking about this constitution and what the youth are doing, for our people to be able to take in that information, we need to assist them in their communities. They may not necessarily need money, but if we can assist them in a way whereby they can be able to feed themselves through the funds we provide, i.e. provide the funds so they can actually buy stuff to protect themselves in their farm, to make sure they can feed themselves, or to have some things, medicine that they want to buy or use, make themselves, those kind of things. That's where the funding comes in. Because if we are just saying the constitution and translating and not communicating at the level where they need our support, this is not going to work. It's not going to work. We need to meet their needs. So I am not going to quit. I know for a fact that if a community was given the chance to grow its own farm and to grow its own food, they are not going to be hungry. They won't be hungry. But when you have interference by others that's chasing away the farmers, then they can't feed themselves. In those areas, we will need to provide support in terms of feeding, literally. So funding is very important in this discussion. I'm sorry to say it, that's the reality. But what we do promise you, anybody that's donating to us here, we are promising absolute 100% transparency. We are promising absolute 100% transparency. If you ask for where the funds have gone, we can confidently tell you this is what's going to happen. One of the discussions we had this afternoon was how we are going to ensure that there's transparency. A committee will be set up, and the funds will be monitored via that. No clearance or anything will be happening without that committee giving a go-ahead. And the committee, because there's going to be people in there, there's accountability. So we need accountability. The very same accountability we are asking from our government, we are already putting in the systems that we are going to develop to put in place this constitutional awareness program right across Africa. We're talking 55 African states. Believe you me, we've started. We are going to do this. With your support, we can change, we can free Africa. With your support, there's no doubt in my mind that we can free Africa. There is no doubt. And our ancestors are with us. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. So now, what I'm trying to tell you there, keep the drums beating. Beat the drums. How do you beat the drums? Participate in this process. Ashe, Ashe, Mansa X, thank you. let me bring you as a guest if you want to join, and others as well if you do want to join and if you want to contribute. I really appreciate you. It is very important that we get involved in this job. We need to really, in this task here, it's a huge task. 55 countries. Yes, it's daunting. Yes, it's worrying. But guess what? We have 1.4 billion people on that continent. There is no reason why we can't achieve this. We have the way, the will, the wherewithal, the know-how to achieve this. We can do this. We can do it together. We have to help our people. So going back to the Gen Zs and the difference between the Gen Zs and what happened in Endsars. Yeah, go ahead. Yes, go ahead. Please.
When we're talking about honoring the ancestors, okay? Honoring the ancestors is not something we do physical. It's the spirit. What I mean, okay. I say it like this. When we honor the ancestor, it's not like praying to them or giving them, saying thank you, ancestors. That's not honoring the ancestors. The ancestors are honored when we are building our land. When we are building the land and taking on the challenge to make sure that Africa stops suffering. That's the greatest honor we can give to them. That's more than praying to them. They don't need your prayers. They need your work, your heart in building us up. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vernon. Thank you for that. Let us hear from Lucifer. And he was also at the meeting today. Lucifer, welcome on board. Let's hear from you. What would you like to say? Thank you. Thank you, my brother, for joining.
Thank you, Mr. AY. And I just came in as a request. Can you enlighten me about the topic?
So we are talking about the difference between Endsars and the Gen Z, and what the Endsars lacked that the Gen Zs have that made them so effective. That is making them very effective. So that's what we're talking about, and also we're talking about the awareness of the Constitution that they have. That was that's very key in their commitment to what the struggle that they were fighting for. So that's what we're talking about.
Well, then 2 points they do make. I want to get idea about the 2 points they make.
Okay.
Can you brief me small?
I will. Okay. Basically, you know about? Do you know about the Endsars in Nigeria in 2020? There was Endsars in Nigeria. Remember? We had Endsars. There was a protest where the youth came out. They were on the streets. They were shut down. Endsars. The Endsars. Yes. So now it was very good up to a point. Up to the point where the military used their pew pew and the police pew pew and the people ran away. And people had to, and many lost their lives, were unalived, sorry. Many were unalived. So, now, the difference is that the Endsars, they were not able to get more support behind them within the community because there was one key thing missing. And the one key thing was that the Endsars, majority of them knew they wanted to come out and protest against the government, but they weren't aware of their rights in the Constitution. They did not have the knowledge of the Constitution, and also they weren't able to share that knowledge with their families in their own languages. So the youth knew they were out. They were stopping. They wanted to. They knew about the Constitution. They knew about the anthem for Nigeria. They were singing it, but they did not know the rights that they have as citizens to be able to now say that, to remind those in government that they are serving them. So, and that is a key difference between the two. That's what I was trying to get to. So that is what we are trying to emphasize, that the need for having that knowledge of the Constitution in English and then being able to translate it to the local people so that you can get the support behind the movement, because that is what the Gen Zs have done. The Gen Zs in Kenya, they have not only been aware of their rights in the Constitution and the need for the government to be accountable to them, they've also gone a step further. Many of them have gone into their communities and taught their families and friends about the Constitution in their local languages. They took it upon themselves to do that. And that is the key difference. So in the NSAS, many people lost their lives, and of course in Gen Zs, many people were unalived in the NSAS. In the Gen Zs, many people are unalive were unalived as well, and may their souls rest in peace in both cases. But the key difference is that the momentum that Gen Z have generated hasn't been stopped by the unaliving, because they all understand what the message, the goal is, and they are working towards it collectively. Of course, nobody wants anybody to be unalived, but because they understood the right that they now possess as people within the Constitution, they were able to communicate that to their people in their local languages to get them to support them. The people of Kenya are supporting the Gen Z. Let me say that again. The people of Kenya are supporting the Gen Z in their actions in challenging their government, because they now understand that they have the right to hold the government to account. The Gen Z is making the government take the decisions that it should take to support the people rather than push the people away and oppress the people. That is the power of the knowledge of the Constitution. That is how powerful that knowledge is. And that was the missing piece in the NSAS. The NSAS, they knew they wanted to stop something. They knew the national anthem, but they didn't know key sections of the Constitution, such as in Nigeria's case, for example, Section 14.2a. Sovereignty belongs to the people of Nigeria, from whom the government, through this Constitution, derives all its powers and authority. They didn't know that. The Kenyans know this. The Kenyan Gen Z, they knew this information and they're sharing it. That's the information that has been passed to me directly. This is not hearsay. I'm not just doing hearsay. There's a guy called Daniel that's been part of our panel here a good few times, and what he's been doing.
I was here.
There you go. Thank you.
I was
Thank you. So he's been talking.
These people in the village, they know the constitution.
Thank you. I am so glad you are confirming this.
Themselves, they go to the villages and then explain the constitution to their parents. So now I get to the point when you mention those two things, I will actually come in and say something about this.
Go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead.
For me, I support the idea of for you as a young man to know your constitution, not only you or even your parents. Because when you let them aware about your right, their right, when you take a decision, trust that they are not going to stop you. Those young boys on the streets of Kenya, they have parents,
Yeah.
they have families, they have women, they
Yeah.
have children.
Yeah.
They are not stopping them because why? Those people know that their husbands, their brothers, their sisters fighting for the future of Kenya.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
They know.
Exactly.
But if they don't know, those people are going to stand against those boys or those girls. But the fact that the young men took this upon themselves, going to their communities, village to village, home to home, interpret this constitution to their people, you can see the difference. No matter what that government did, the government is going to understand that it's a state property. It's for the people. You as a politician, you are somebody that just employed to work. They can decide to sack you, fire you.
Indeed.
As anytime they want to, UK is not going to stop them.
No.
US is not going to stop them.
No.
Even Russia is going to stop them.
Exactly.
Because the country not belong to those people. It belongs to the Kenyans.
Exactly. Exactly.
Without those people, that name Kenya is not going to exist.
Exactly.
Because
Exactly.
there are people, that's why the country get name Kenya.
Exactly.
That's why we call it country.
Exactly.
So the people now it's not country.
Exactly.
So when the people say that this thing we want for us, you are not going to stop them. You
Exactly.
must keep them to that thing.
Thank you.
And the constitutions make all those things possible for you to know that, oh, I have right to this, I have right to that. Alright? A politics is just a job agent's office.
Mm-hmm.
That is politics.
Yeah.
A job agent's office to find work for the politicians.
Indeed.
Just like you take your CV, go to a job agent's office to
Mhm.
find a job.
Yeah.
Submit your CV. That is party.
Exactly.
Politics party. Even a party A, party B, party C, or whatever, it's a job agency, something for the
Indeed, indeed. You're absolutely right.
That is a politics party.
Yeah.
So, but if you our people don't know that, they see politics parties like they came to help us. No,
Yeah.
we are actually the one helping them
Exactly.
by giving them jobs.
Exactly. Well done. Well said. Well said.
The Kenyan youth realize that yes, now we are the one helping those people, giving them jobs. So we have the right to fire them.
Exactly.
But our people in Sierra Leone don't know. Our people in Nigeria don't know. Our people in many places don't know this. And we have to make them know this.
Fantastic. Well said. Lucifer, you hit the nail on the head. Let me bring in a Kenyan, a real Kenyan there also.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lucifer. Age of Truth. Welcome, welcome. Please, peace and blessings.
My African brothers.
Yes.
Greetings.
Greetings, greetings.
Beat that kitted drum once again. Let's beat before I talk. Beat that kitted drum. The drums have to sound. Send a message. Hey, hey. Yeah.
We have to keep beating the drums.
You mighty race.
Ashe, Ashe, Ashe,
Mighty race. You
Ashe,
can accomplish what you may.
Ashe,
After
Ashe.
mighty race, you can accomplish anything that you want.
Yes.
How
Ashe.
did we go from greatness to become servants of the world?
Hmm.
How did we go?
Hmm.
How did we go? How did we drop our heritage, our supremacy? When did we all lost all this glory?
Hmm.
That's the question the African youth is asking today. That is the question we are asking. That is what we are asking. Where is our heritage? Where is the black man paradise? And when we look at our continent, it is in pure devastation. It is in pure chaos. Really? This is what our forefathers fight for? This is what blood and tears was shed for us
Well-
to live greedily like this?
Mm-hmm.
No. Come on, guys. We have to wake up. This is not right. This is not right. And this is what we have woken up to. We are having this conversation. And that's why I'm encouraging every African youth, wherever you are, it doesn't matter, you are on the soil of Africa. Keep the conversation going. Keep the conversation. Conversation rules the nation. Once you start talking these things, discussing these things, sharing information about your governance and your constitution, become aware. Separate yourself from ignorance because it's dangerous. Ignorance is very dangerous.
Very.
It's like a foolish person playing. Yeah, it's like a foolish person playing with a dangerous weapon.
Yes.
You can hear me?
We hear you. Yes, go ahead. Loud and clear. Loud and clear. Loud and clear.
So what are we saying? What are we saying as African youth and as a Gen Z for my country? We are standing out for the rights because we know that our leaders have been held captive. They have been held captives, and we the people, we are them. We are going to rescue them because we are seeing what they are doing to our nation. They are selling out. They are selling out us so cheap.
Yes.
So cheap.
Yes.
Africa is not worth it's not worth pennies and pounds. We are much more worth than silver and gold. We have values. We have cultures.
Ashe.
We have creativity.
Ashe.
We give to the world. The whole world is Africa. This is a
Ashe.
message and this is a warning to every. Actually, as we talk now, it's very clear to every politician and every member of parliament and the government. They are in trembling. They are in fear because now they know accountability is required. Once you come out and go seek votes from the people, you are going to be held accountable to the last drop. You're going to be held accountable to the last drop. And we are not joking because this is our future. You told us the future is the youth. I've been hearing this slogan for the longest time, since in my 15 years as a youth. Now I've grown up to become a man. Still the future is the youth.
Yeah.
Then if the future is the youth, now is the future. Tomorrow is not the future. Now is the future. This is the time. This is the future you've been telling us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if we don't change now,
Yeah.
The changes has to be done now. This is the future. The future is now.
Exactly.
Tomorrow is actually today.
Indeed.
So this is a message from brothers in Nigeria, wherever you are. Lose your fears. Lose your fears.
Ashe.
Educate yourself.
Ashe.
Separate yourself from ignorance. I know our fathers and our mothers maybe have been bypassed by the time. Some of them they spend most of their monies and resources in educating us.
Yeah.
So go back to them, explain to them what is happening in these things.
Yeah.
Because it is about us, it is about our nation. Why can't we live better? Why? Why can't we have good governance? Why?
Exactly.
Why?
Exactly.
Why can't we have good governance? Why? It's why? Because people don't have goodwill. Goodwill. There's no goodwill. Every man is for himself.
Yeah.
Every man is for himself. Yeah? How can we be slaves into our own soil? How? Come on, my people. How?
Yes. Good question. Good question.
Yeah? How can we be slave into our own continent? And if we don't respect ourselves, who is going to respect us?
Ashe.
If we
Ashe.
don't value ourselves, who is going to value us?
Ashe.
If we don't get ourselves together, who is going to get us together?
Ashe.
If we remain to be ignorant and continue to be ignorant on and on and on and on and on, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
we're going to be doing the dumbest things on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
And yet we keep complaining. The discrimination, they don't like black man. I know what, they're doing this to us. What are we doing for ourselves? What are we doing for ourselves? If your neighbor next door, the only thing you can, your brother's living next door to you, you only quarrel. Then how can we bring unity? How can we bring unity? Our brothers and sisters in diasporas, how can they come home if we are out of order?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How can they repatriate back into the continent
Yes.
with all their creativities, with all the good technologies? And I know brothers and sisters in the diaspora, they are willing back, they are willing to come home.
Yes.
But
Yes.
what kind of a home they are coming to? What kind of a home are they coming to? They are coming to corrupt leaders. They are coming to greedy people. The people who have, even we don't like our brothers. Nah, we have to clean up the house, man. We have to clean up the place. And this is not just about a Kenyan thing.
No.
This is about the African youth. This is the African youth. Yeah. Let them not deceive you to see only Kenya is fighting, it's a Kenyan thing, I don't
No.
care whatever they do there, or they're analyzing people. This because injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere.
Everywhere.
Whatever is happening in our country is not exceptional to any African country.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Ashe.
Yeah.
Ashe. Wow.
This
Yeah.
is a message for the youth. The message for the youth.
Yes.
I'm calling out the youth, African youth. Stand up.
Stand up.
Just like Bob Marley said.
Get up. Stand up. Stand up for your right.
Get up, stand up.
Get up. Stand up. Don't give up the fight.
Don't give up the fight.
You better don't give up the fight. Hooray! Yes.
Yeah, most people think that great
You come from the head. That's it.
take away everything and makes everybody feel high.
Yes.
But if you really knew what your life is worth, you would look you as here on earth. They gave us a God to go in the sky while
That's
they
it.
gave the heaven here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
They told us, look to the sky. That's where your heaven is. But meanwhile, your slave master's been creating
Yeah.
his heaven here on earth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's think twice.
Yes.
Wake up, black man. It's your time to shine.
Yes.
Get your house in order.
Yes.
Get your house in order.
Yes.
Don't see your brothers as your enemy.
Mm.
My sisters, my queen, my
Yes.
mothers
Ashe.
yourself in order.
Yes.
Look after your kids.
Ashe.
Don't
Ashe.
fall into the traps of destroying your melanin. That's another
Ashe.
attack.
Ashe.
Your melanin, your beautiful skin.
Ashe.
Yeah.
Ashe.
Get yourself together. Let's
Ashe.
come back to family. It's
Ashe.
about family.
Ashe.
Come back together. Don't see your sister as your competitor. See your
Ashe.
sister as your complementer. Yeah. This is what we need. Africa is beautiful. Africa
Ashe.
is sweet. Africa we
Ashe.
have it all.
Ashe.
Come on, come on, come
Ashe.
on.
Ashe.
Wake up, wake up.
Wow.
Slumber time is over,
Va.
my brothers.
Ashe.
So
Ashe.
peace and blessing, my brothers and sisters. I wanted to send this message of hope.
And age of
And I
truth.
believe Africa we can do it.
Ashe.
Africa must be free.
Ashe. Ashe.
It's necessary. We must break the chains.
Ashe. 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 Thank you so much, my brother.
Yahuru, Yahuru.
Yahoo. Ubuntu. Yahoo.
Yahuru Africa.
Ashe.
Yahuru Zimbabwe.
Ashe.
Yahuru Djibouti.
Ashe.
Yahuru Ethiopia.
Ashe.
Yahuru
Ashe.
Mozambique. Yahuru Burkina Faso.
Ashe.
Yahuru
Ashe.
Yahuru Congo.
Ashe.
Yahuru Rwanda. Yahuru
Ashe.
Africa.
Ashe. Ashe.
Rise, rise, my people.
Ashe.
For your mighty race.
Ashe. Ashe.
Rise,
Rise.
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 Akebula,
Ashe.
Akebula.
Ashe. 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 Akubula. Yes.
Our forefathers shed blood and tears. Our forefathers went through horrific scenes and were through dangerous traumas for us to see these peaceful days and years. What are we doing with the freedom?
Yes.
What are we doing with the land?
Ashe.
What are we doing with the land that they fought for?
Ashe.
Reclaim back.
Yes.
Reclaim back. Reclaim back.
Yes.
Go back to your rightful positions.
Yes.
Go back to your rightful
Ashe.
positions.
Ashe.
We can do this one.
Ashe.
We can do it.
Ashe.
We can do it.
We are doing it. It's all, we are already doing it.
Thank
Yes.
you, my sister. We are doing it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, we are doing it.
Yes.
Much respect to Citizen EY. You're doing a great job.
Oh, thank you.
Because
Thank you.
you are acting as a central point to the African youth.
Oh,
You're
thank
an
you.
elder. Much respect, elder.
Oh.
Salute,
Oh,
salute.
thank you. Ashe. Oh, thank you.
I respect whatever you are doing. I really respect.
Oh, Ashe. Thank you.
I don't
Thank
know
you.
how I came across this page, but really we needed an elder. We needed an elder like this because it shows that you're connecting the African youth
Ashe.
from all over the continent.
Ashe.
And this is the conversation we need. We are going to be growing big, and
Ashe.
we are growing big.
Ashe.
That's right. Tap,
Ashe.
tap the screen.
Yeah.
Share the screen.
Please tap and share.
Let
Tap
the
and share.
conversation continue.
Thank you.
Let the conversation continue.
Age of truth. Thank
Yeah,
you.
let's continue having the platforms. Even
Yes.
us who are in the panel,
Yeah.
Lucifer, Archangel, and Vanna, keep opening your panels. Let's have this conversation going.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Age of Truth. Wow. Okay, yeah. Then we'll go to Archangel. Go ahead. Go ahead, Ivana. Quickly. Yeah. Go ahead. Thank you. Yeah. Go ahead.
We have to also turn the people to respecting their land. It's the continent is a paradise. We have to start respecting our land and clean it up. Because one thing I found out about living in a clean place, it connects to people. You can't just come here and destroy someone's property or break in their house because the neighbors are watching. You can't even throw a paper on the street because
Exactly.
it's a pallet. We
Exactly.
have to start respecting in that way.
Yes.
Because when your surroundings are clean, you know what? Your spirit is wide open
Yes.
to receive knowledge.
Yes.
So
Thank you so much for that. Thank you, Vanna May. Thank you so much. Let me bring in Archangel. Thank you. And thanks to All Things Ned Maria. Thank you.
Ask this question to my fellow youth.
1 second.
What makes you a good citizen to
Yeah.
your country?
Yeah.
And some of them will be like this. You have to pay tax, you have to this. That's not making you a good citizen.
No,
For
no.
you to reject something bad. Say,
Yeah.
I'm not going to do this.
Yeah.
Not anybody forcing you yourself reject it. Say,
Yes.
this is not good.
Exactly.
I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
That this make you a good citizen.
Exactly. Thank you very much. Now, welcome. Well said, Lucifer. Archangel, go ahead. Let's hear from you. Then we'll bring in Farida as well. Archangel, go ahead. Thank you.
you guys hear me?
Yes, we hear you loud and
Can
clear.
you guys hear me?
Loud and clear. Go ahead.
Yeah, I am so proud to be a part of this social media platform since 2011 through Facebook, but nobody really understood where I was coming from until this year when TikTok became so the thing to do, and everybody's actually seeing the message being spread on TikTok. So now
Mm-hmm.
they're starting to people are yeah people are getting in line, and they're starting to be more pro African,
Mm-hmm.
and appreciating the color of their skin and understanding the value behind them as a melanin,
Mm-hmm.
and seeing and understanding why it is that we were taught to hate ourselves, because truly, had we not hated ourselves, these people would have had no access to us.
Mm.
A rope that is twisted tightly is not weak, it's strong.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
understand what I'm saying? So
Yes. Yes.
until we get back together in unity,
Yeah.
we won't have that strength we need to fight the oppressors.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Absolutely.
I'm really happy to.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Angie.
True,
I
true,
thank you.
Master. Very, very, very factual. Very
Yes.
factual. True,
Yes.
true.
Yes. Thank you so much. Let us hear from Farida. You wanted to say something. Welcome on board, Farida, and it's great to have you back. It's been a minute. Let's hear from you, Farida. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm sorry, there's a siren outside
That's fine.
because I'm outside. Okay, it's not here anymore.
Good. Good.
Okay, I want to say I love Africa. Africa is my number one. It's my heart. When I say love,
I keep with that. Yeah.
it's my heart.
Yeah.
I have to use
Let's
English
change this name
language.
of one person.
When
Yeah.
they say
Africa
love,
is just a name to
it
you.
means
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
heart.
Yeah.
It's
Let's see if
where
I
I
want for now.
want
Yeah.
to
Okay.
be.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
So, therefore, as my heart is in Africa and that's where I want to be, I sense the others think, even me, I am, I have, I come from a Muslim background,
Okay.
and certain Arabs, do you know what they've been doing?
Mm-hmm.
Is putting me down,
Mm.
saying, "Oh, you have more black in you. That means you are our servant and we are your master," because of what African Americans said.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Welcome
what
to the
African
family.
Americans said about they went through slavery?
Mm.
But I read the Quran and I said, bro, I'm not. As a matter of fact, black is what you're meant to be bowing down to. Why does your
Amen.
father have a
Ashe.
black? Everything you're
Yeah.
seeing, even Islam, is based on black. So if you
Ashe.
cannot
Ashe.
respect black,
To interject
then
very
that
quickly, my
means
sister Farida, let me.
Yeah.
you
Okay.
are the jinns that you speak about, the unlawful people that you speak about
Yeah.
in your religion. And sometimes they say, "Oh, you're kuffar, kuffar." Really is al kuffar. That means you cannot perceive. It means la. It means la, no. La means la, or l means no. It making us like Jesus, putting us on a cross, making us die on a cross.
Unalive. Say unalive, please. Don't use the word, you know, unalive.
Unalive.
Yeah.
They want to unalive us
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and put us on a cross
Mm.
because they was put on a cross.
Mm.
You know?
Mm.
What happened to them, they want it to happen to us. But if something occurred to me and it didn't occur to you, you can't take my sin, you know, my mistakes, you can't take it for me. You know, I have
Mm-hmm.
to take it on my own.
Oh, yeah.
But this is what the white society
YT. Say YT, please. Say
decided.
YT. Don't just because they get very hot on
Yeah,
YT
yeah.
on
And
TikTok.
then it's H group,
Yes.
the H group. Like they saying we got issues with
Yeah.
Hamas, blah blah. But they're the H groups. They are the H groups.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. And
So.
at the end of the day, even the African H,
Yeah. We.
they
Farida.
keep
Farida.
changing our
Farida. I am.
language.
Farida. Hold
They
on. Hold
keep
on.
changing everything. They keep making it to their quota.
Yeah. Farida. Hold on.
What they want.
Yeah. Farida. 1 second. 1 second. I'm really.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. I'm really glad that we've spoken. We want to keep on the topic of the Constitution. So if we go too far, but thank you for adding what you just said. We don't want to go stay too far away from that Constitution.
Yeah,
You know?
no, in our own opinions, we need to read the Constitution,
That's
the
correct.
laws. We need to be going by the laws, keeping the laws, going by the laws. Not our own decisions, our own, what we think is okay, what we support. No, the law is the law at the end of the day, and we need to stick by the law because if we don't stick by the law, then anything can happen. Anyone can say whatever,
That's
and
it.
we can go by it.
Exactly.
But if we
And they can
stick
exploit
with the
people.
laws,
And they can
if we
exploit the
stick
people.
with the laws, then that means
Yeah.
it's gonna be fair for everyone.
That's it. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Farida. I appreciate
Thank
you.
you, sir. You too.
Thank you. So just want to, I'll bring you back again. Thank you so much for that, and thank you for enlightening and talking about it from your
That's
personal
fine.
perspective. I appreciate that so much. Let us bring in Peace Africa. He's been on the broadcast with us, and thank you for waiting. I hope the link is fine. Peace Africa, are you there? Let's hear from you as well. Thank you.
Yes, please. Yes, please. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you for joining us today at the meeting as well. We appreciated you coming in. I know it was going in and out.
Yeah, peace, Africa.
Actually.
Peace, yeah, peace.
Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yes. How are you doing, everyone?
We're good, thank you. Welcome.
I'm really very happy of what we are doing and what is going on, despite of the challenges that we go through. And as Africa, if we come together and agree, we shall reach the limit is the sky.
That's correct.
Yeah, I've just joined. I've been in the field. I'm just reaching now.
Wow.
Even in the meeting, if you had the background, I was going to the field.
Yes, I saw. I heard you. Yeah. Wow.
Yes. So please keep up. I've not yet picked up the topic yet.
We're talking about the Constitution.
You're discussing peace Africa.
The Constitution.
If it is about the Constitution, I know because even earlier we had about it, and it was the topic even in the meeting we had. And to me, it is adding on what the activities I do. You know that very well. So
Yes.
I think the best way people have started even understanding, and the youth in Kenya have shown an example. Yeah, actually, I've been having calls from Kenya every now and then. I think I was communicating each time they call me,
Fantastic.
asking for the next step. What should we do? I told them whatever they do, let them not cross the line to the state house trying to invade.
Mm-hmm.
That would be
Mm-hmm.
another level. But the rest is okay, and they took my advice. The MPs have started also campaigning and asking for the president
No.
but they are learning, and people here are also learning. Me, I'm translating it. I've translated in 5 languages so far, but currently where I am, they use mainly Kiswahili and Kinyabwisha.
Mm.
Yeah. So,
Oh.
and I think, I don't know, but in Kenya, the First Amendment of the Constitution, and actually all constitutions, the way it should be,
Yeah.
mainly the British colonialism and the French,
Mm-hmm.
generally the French,
Mm-hmm.
it states that the power is given by the people, and the people shall, the shall take it away from the president.
Exactly. Shall.
And then B, B, it says the people may. You understand the word?
Yeah.
You understand the word
May. Yes.
use other means
Yes.
provided by and supported by the Constitution
Exactly.
to remove the powers from the president.
Exactly.
So you apply any of the two.
Yeah.
Either shall by force,
Yeah.
or to may. Demonstration, impeachment, a vote of no confidence. That is where it is. So the people of Kenya have applied may.
Exactly.
You know,
Yes.
because shall is very hard. That one is taken up by by the Supreme Court and
Yeah.
the Speaker of Parliament.
Mm-hmm.
They are the two people. Actually, people don't know, in every country, the chief magistrate of the Supreme Court
Yeah.
of every country,
Mm-hmm.
the chief magistrate of the Supreme Court, is the person who holds the fountain of the Constitution
Mm-hmm.
in the whole country.
Mm.
He is the person who swears in the president, is the person who swears
Exactly.
in the CDF, is the person who swears in all the three arms of government.
That's correct.
The chief magistrate of the Supreme Court
Mm.
is the representative of the country.
Mm.
So, right now, if you came and had a gunpoint, the chief magistrate of the Supreme Court, and say, announce me as the president of the country,
Mm.
and indeed he does that, you are the president,
Hmm.
and you are recognized.
Hmm.
So the people of Kenya, I pray that they take heart of what has happened, and so on, and for holding up the Constitution, the soldiers who have lost lives the comrades who have lost life in fighting for freedom.
Mhm.
Of course, in fighting for freedom, there is life lost
Mm.
and property destroyed.
Mm.
But what matters most, the fruits that the tree they've planted bears in the future
Ashe.
of freedom.
Ashe.
So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, shape me too, brother. Thank you, brother. Please,
Yeah.
Africa.
Yeah.
For the better.
Yeah,
Ashe.
where you coming from? Where you calling from? East Africa?
East Africa. I'm from DRC. Congo.
DRC Congo. Okay.
Yes.
You are our brothers. Stand firm.
Congo.
Stand
I know
firm.
they named it Congo with the C,
Yeah.
but it should be
But it's
K.
Congo with
K.
K-O.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it should be K, not C.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Reclaim your land. I
So
want to tell
that's
you
where I'm
this, my
from,
brother.
and I'm located in a place called Bunagana,
Okay.
in the groupment of Shomba.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the North Kivu,
Wow.
province of Ruchuru.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Well done.
Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Thank you.
It's good to hear you.
Yeah.
Stand firm. When you stand firm in Congo, we are with you. Stand with us. We are standing with African youth. And remember, all these borderlines and this so-called Congo, these borderlines they created, these sub-countries, those are just illusions.
Mm.
Africa is one. The
Ashe.
youth in Congo, the youth in Kenya, the youth in Nigeria, we are no different. We don't see nationality. We see a people. We see a people.
Ashe.
So whatever beats between underneath your chest is a heart. What beats underneath your chest is a heart.
Yes.
And we are beating the same. We are
Yeah.
beating the same.
Mm.
The heartbeat of Africa is one.
Ashe.
heartbeat of Africa is one. So
Ashe.
don't lose your mind and
Ashe.
don't lose your focus. Don't get distracted by
Ashe.
this so-called illusion and the naming and the everything. We
Ashe.
are a people, and
Ashe.
what matters now is the unity.
Ashe.
Is the unity that we need now. The unity.
Ashe.
All
Ashe.
these things, even when you come, when you dig deeper, and
Ashe.
now we go to the spiritualities and matters to do with religion.
Ashe.
That is a topic for a different day.
Yes.
That is keeping our people also in bondage. And
Yes.
we'll have to visit that one in another way.
Mhm.
And we as Gen Z also in Kenya, that is something that is coming. We are going to revisit that, but currently we want to fix one thing at a time.
Yes.
Because
Ashe.
everything cannot just be done hurriedly or suddenly.
No.
It's one thing at a time. We're
Exactly.
claiming what is ours, one step at a time, diplomatically.
Yeah, I'm a fan of reggae music, and Bob Marley has a song that said Africa Unite.
Yes.
Yes.
Africa unite. Yes. Yes. Good.
Yes.
We are moving right out of Babylon,
Yes.
and we are moving right to our father's
Yes.
land.
Yes.
A good and a present
Yes.
it could be before God and man,
Yes.
and for the unification of all Africans. By the way, if Africa were united, just like I say, AY,
Mhm.
like I say every day, if we united, we are the strongest forces in the world.
Ashe. 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 Oh. Ashe.
Not prone to chronic diseases.
Yes.
Ashe.
Ashe. Oh. Ashe. Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
We are not prone to diseases. We are stronger than any other person.
Yeah.
So I think in Africa, and I will create that one day.
Ashe.
And together we will unite to create that. Thank you.
Ashe. Thank you so much. Wow. Africa Unite. I'm going to try and learn that word, the song of Bob Marley. But okay, ask Angel, you're about to say something. Go ahead.
As we continue, I wanted to ask if so the African and the black man is the most powerful individual on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
What are our barriers?
Mm.
What is our barrier?
Mm.
What are our barriers that are standing before us that we can't unite?
Mm.
What is it? We all know. We all know.
Yeah.
It's in our deep. It is in our DNA.
That's correct.
It's in us that we know we are the great people.
Mm.
Yes, Adejo. Yes, Bob Marley says it best. He says, "Emancipate yourself from mental slavery.
Yep.
None but ourselves can free our facts."
Yes.
Yeah. Until we work yourself for mental. Yeah.
Yes.
Slavery. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
But ourselves can. Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Ashe, 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 ashe.
Free our minds.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
The
mean,
barriers is your mind.
that song. I'll just sing that line again. I'll sing that line again. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of it can stop all the time. How long must they kill our prophets? And whilst we stand aside and look, oh, some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. Won't you help to sing this song of freedom? Is all I ever hear. Oh yeah, redemption song, redemption song. Yes, 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 yes.
That is not enough to get you out there and stand up for this.
After uniting,
Yes.
that will be my anthem for Peace African Hope Organization.
Ashe,
That is my anthem.
ashe, 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 ashe. Fantastic. So
It will be the African national anthem.
yes, yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
So
It is.
yes.
Yeah, fantastic. So I mean, we are
Anthem. It is a parable
it. Exactly.
Fill our minds with knowledge and with what we equip ourselves with knowledge and what need us to get together.
Yes.
What need to what if the message cannot is not enough to get you out there and do something, then you are a part of the problem.
Mm-hmm.
You are a part of
Mm-hmm.
the problem.
Mm-hmm.
If the message cannot sink deep down your heart and stand up and say, man, I feel this deep. I feel this deep.
Yes.
I got to get up.
Yes.
I got to be there in the street.
My brother, age of truth. I want to ask you a question. What is happening? What is happening in Kenya right now? What's happening in Kenya right now? Can you give us updates? Can you give us updates?
Actually, the Gen Z have taken the Gen Z, we the Gen Z, we did what we did.
Mm-hmm.
We demonstrated and we did what we did. You also.
Yeah.
So what is happening? The response from the president came down and conceded
Yeah.
and hid our grievances
Yes.
and dropped the finance bill. He dropped the finance bill and sent it back to parliament for for amendment or anything.
Wow.
But we as the generation, we want like to start afresh. We want a whole new thing because
Yeah.
if you repair a wall, if you repair a crumbling, if you're going to repair a crumbling wall, eventually it's going to collapse.
Yeah. 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 It's true.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. You can't just repair just a crumbling wall on one side and expect like everything will be like normal. So we are pushing for more reforms.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
not. This is more than the finance bill. It's more than the finance bill because it's touching the land. It's about the employment. It's about good governance. It's about
Mm-hmm.
corruption. It's about accountability. It's about like financing. We cannot have members of parliament being paid more than a doctor in Kenya. It doesn't make sense. It
Yeah.
doesn't make sense.
Yes.
It doesn't make sense.
No. No.
Yeah, there are some things. There are some things that, in terms of financial strategies and how the finances keep going, we have so much. The expenditure is more.
Mm-hmm.
The expenditure is more than the income.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And as a man of logic, you cannot be spending more than you earn.
No. No. No.
A share deficit.
Mm.
Yeah, you have to spend within your limits. You have to spend within your limits. You have to live within your means.
Exactly.
Cut the budget. Your
Exactly.
expenditure should not exceed your input.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the conversation we are having. We are having this conversation because there need to be cut. We are paying ghost workers.
Yeah.
Actually,
Hmm.
we are paying ghost workers.
Of
Money
course.
is just being paid to people who are just going to the office to idolize every single day, doing nothing at the expense of a poor Kenyan who is
Wow.
working from hand to mouth.
Thank you, Top TV.
Share.
Yeah, I share.
It's not real. It doesn't make any sense.
No.
This is what we are saying. This is the conversation we are having.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there are some people in government, the cabinet secretary. We are having the office of the first president, the vice president, the office of the cabinet, the chief cabinet secretaries,
Yeah.
the office of what for?
Mm. Mm.
What for? And they are being funded by the government.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
we have schools who are struggling with food programs.
Mm-hmm.
We
Mm-hmm.
have schools who are struggling with the children who are struggling with school fees. Schools can able to find a proper chairs to sit on your examination.
Yeah.
Windows. We have roads to make. We have all this infrastructure to make, and we are paying taxes. We want to know. We want an overhaul of the system. We want an audit,
Fantastic.
a full audit of where this money is going.
Fantastic.
That's what we are doing. That's what we are pushing for. Because
Fantastic.
the youth have to be part and parcel of the governance. You
Yeah.
cannot overlook the youth.
No.
You cannot overlook the youth, and 80% of the youth of the population are the youth.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
we are pushing forward. The Gen Z have not stopped. We have fallen soldiers at the moment.
Mm.
We might seem like we have come down, but it is because of the respect of the lost lives that we have lost. They have to mourn, and we are respecting that.
Fantastic.
You see, so going forward, this is not over, and that's why we are calling on to our brothers and sisters in the continent and in diaspora everywhere. It's not over.
No.
We need your support. We need your strength. Stand
Exactly.
Because once it's done, it will create a ripple effect to our brothers and sisters
Ashe, Ashe, oh, Ashe, Ashe, Ledumare, Ashe,
we are
Ashe,
calling more to our brothers because once we get our house in order, we will be able to synchronize very easily with our
Ashe, oh, Ashe,
Americans in the diaspora. It will be very easy
Ashe, oh,
because we
Ashe.
have, I know and I believe that we have very, very powerful individuals in the diasporas who have invested and they are seeking somewhere to invest because America, again, this place is becoming unlivable.
Mm.
It's not, you see, becoming unlivable. Yeah,
Wow,
yeah, it's becoming unlivable. You know, yeah.
wow.
And as a people, when you look at it as a people, we as black people, and it's not. Yeah,
Go ahead, go ahead, please, go ahead.
yeah. So what I'm
Hang
saying
on,
is,
Age of truth, 1 second.
this is the age of truth. This is the age of reality.
Age
So
of truth,
what I'm saying is,
1 second. Peace wants to say something to you.
to land my plane so that I can give. Yeah, I want to land this plane.
Okay, okay, go ahead.
Okay. Yes. Age of truth. We are all looking at Kenya's significant change
Mm-hmm.
as a significant landmark step for African youth.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be a historical turn
Yes.
in East Africa, in Africa, and this is going to change the terrain. Already in Uganda, the president already sent the bill for recess. Already.
So it's pretty on recess.
Tanzania recess. So you see, now you are turning up and started setting the trend of which that now they will question the parliaments to be sensitive. But then my question, that's it. To the leaders out there, to the leaders, I know I'm planning to become a leader in future. This
Ashe.
is the same question I have for myself. Do we have to borrow? Do we have really to borrow?
No.
Africa, the way we are, do we have to borrow surely from IMF to bring all this trouble
Yeah.
to African country?
No, we shouldn't be
We
borrowing.
have really to borrow.
No.
We have very many rich people. We have Aliko Dangote. Yes? Aliko Dangote can loan every country in Africa 1 trillion, one billion, $1 billion, $1 billion. They can manage that. Yes, we can live in our means, collect the little tax, and we survive. There is another one. Is he called Adekule? Very rich.
Yes.
He can also loan Africa. We have another African who is the richest in the world. Elon Musk can loan African countries.
Ah.
Sudir Rumenia
Okay.
or from Uganda can loan.
Yeah.
We have big musicians. We have coffee from our coffee.
Yes.
They can loan. But why do we have to go to IMF, World Bank, when we have our own people?
Thank you.
Our own people
It's a system.
who can loan us money and we work on our own pace.
It's a
I don't
system.
know, but this is a topic for next time.
Yes.
We don't have always to go and kneel down for a white man.
Yeah.
No. I would rather kneel down for my fellow black man because they know that if I sleep hungry, they will not have peace the next day.
Exactly.
But those people there, they don't care about us.
No.
Really, we should have our own people. Like Tony Emmanuel.
Yes.
He has a foundation. Instead of going there, a country can come say, support our youth in this. Aliko Dangote, support this and this.
Exactly.
Sudir, this and this. We have big names in South Africa.
Yeah.
Big names in Egypt, in Tunisia, in
Mhm.
Nigeria
Mm-hmm.
that can help us.
Yes.
Other than going to these countries, other than going to IMF, we are better off in Africa when we know ourselves. By the way, you have a good point, Pace. Is better than the unhealthy you don't know.
Yeah.
So the devil who is in Africa is better than the angel who
Yes.
is IMF.
Yes.
Are you trying to say?
Yes.
That's a fact. That is a fact, eh? Yes, so that's a fact. We should stop all this. But we have. Yeah.
Okay, so okay, okay. Go ahead, go ahead. Age of Truth. Thank you very much, Peace Africa Hope.
I just
But
want to respond to.
yeah, go ahead,
Yeah,
go
I just
ahead.
want to respond to it. Those are very solid points. Very solid points. Because how can a continent that is so rich with 90% of the minerals of the earth be the poorest?
Yes,
It should be able to find itself. It's common sense. You should be able to to fund yourself. But how can you fund yourself when you have leaders who don't have goodwill?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Very
How
true.
can you find your, how can you find find a leadership which is corrupt? How?
Yeah,
That's why the youth, yes, we have these individuals who can do things,
mm-hmm.
It's been long overdue. If
Yeah,
they had goodwill, they should have done it long time ago.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly, exactly.
About 20 years ago, a child was born, still we're in the same conditions.
Mm-hmm.
But still these billionaires, so-called billionaires, ain't
Mm.
doing nothing
Mm.
to keep us going to the. So that's what you're saying. This will start from the grassroots.
Exactly.
Once the people at the grassroots say enough is
Enough.
enough, we can't take no more of your BS, then they will start to fear. One more thing I want to say: let us make these parliamentary seats and presidents become unpopular. Let it become so unpopular.
Yes.
Because once it becomes unpopular, people will have to think on other means of ways to invest. Call
Exactly.
agriculture, do some, we have to, once, because these positions are very lucrative.
Mm-hmm.
Lucrative. They
Mm.
have the well-paying things and these kind of things. That's why people, they like, I'm going to lie by all means so that I can get into these positions.
Exactly.
We want to cut down their salaries
Mm-hmm.
to a level where it's considerable.
Exactly.
Because they are nothing more than our representatives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and what they are doing, even us, we can do it better, but we prefer them to represent us.
Mm.
Yeah, we choose them to represent, and they should get paid according to their standards. As again, expenditure. Again, expenditure comes into play. So, with all that Peace Africa is saying, you're very right. But
Yeah.
the leadership, and the continent's resources are not in our hands.
Yeah.
Are not in our hands. I not in our hands. Like, for example, they have these foreign European countries. They have big, largest reserves of gold, but yet they are not reserved.
They don't have a single gold. They haven't got
They
with
don't
gold.
have a single mine or a gold
Mine.
for this kind of things.
Yes.
Why? We have puppet leaderships. But that's what we are calling on. Analyze your countries. Analyze your leaders. Bring them into accountability.
Exactly.
If they cannot be accountable, they are not up to the leadership of the people, get them out.
Exactly.
It's as simple as that.
Thank
If
you.
they can't perform, why do you need to be there? Only to enrich yourself?
Yeah.
Nah, you don't have time for greedy leaders.
No. No.
There is enough to sustain everyone's need, but not enough to sustain everyone's greed.
Exactly.
Not the difference. So, peace out, my brothers and sisters.
Thank you.
I love you all.
Love you too.
Abundance.
Thank
Keep
you.
on keeping on.
Yes.
It's not over until it's done.
Yes.
We are the same people,
Ashe.
and there's no way meat eaters can outthink sun eaters.
Yes.
Let's get to our rightful position
Ashe.
so that we can bring universal governance.
Ashe. Ashe.
So keep on keeping on. I'm gonna sign out.
Thank you.
Peace, Archangel.
Ashe. Thank you.
And everyone.
I'm gonna be in touch with you.
Stand firm.
Yes. Ashe.
Keep the conversation going.
Thank you. Thank you, Age of Truth.
Definitely. Peace.
Okay, peace. Ubuntu. Tupu Komodia. Tupu Komodia. Is that correct? Tupu.
Ubuntu. Let me say, you have reminded. Yeah, let me say one more thing. Learn Swahili, African people. Learn Swahili. Habari yako, jambo, habari yako. Yeah, learn Swahili because language is very important. It's going to help us to unite. We're not going to have a culture shock, a language shock.
Okay, we'll have to talk about that. We'll talk about that. Interesting topic.
Download there. You can learn these things online.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
We will look at that. Thank you.
Sure. That's another topic for another
Okay.
day.
Yeah, thank you very much. Cheers.
Peace,
Thank you.
peace.
Peace. I've been touched. Age of Truth. Thank you so much. Let's go to B. Keita. He's been quiet for some time. Melanated, have you spoken? Melanated. Oh, sorry. B. Keita, 1 second, please. I missed. Let me just go to Melanated. He's been waiting for a while. Sorry about that, Big Keita. I just missed him out. So quick, you'll be on shortly. But Melanated, welcome on board. Thank you for waiting. And I just.
Thank you very much, boss. It's great to be here again.
Thank you.
Peace Africa, I greet you, my brother.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Well, I will quickly try to answer the question on this behind you.
Yes.
Then we'll also talk about a bit what Peace Africa said.
Yes.
You said what is the key difference between Gen Z and Endsars? Well, I think the difference is so many millionaire or billionaire politicians in Nigeria.
Yeah.
And the fact that the Gen Z, they are actually out in one voice, and they saw one common enemy, and they are resolute.
Mhm.
That is the whole the Gen Z. I just made a post. I saw something on Twitter where some guy alleged that a politician was trying to bribe him with about 500,000 shillings, to go and disrupt, to mobilize guys to go and disrupt the protest. And this was the same thing that happened on the Endsars. Endsars started and it was going well. So
Mm.
at the point, we saw Nigerian youths that have been paid by politicians coming out to protest against the protesters.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow.
a group of youths were protesting against the protesters. They were fight. They were the one who caused the chaos in the first place. They turned the whole thing into dog's dinner. The
Wow.
protest was peaceful from the beginning until some youths that were sponsored by the politicians. So they started to jeopardize the protest. And this is a different scenario. What we are seeing with the Gen Z. You understand?
Yes.
I have not been able to independently verify that information, but I saw it on Twitter.
Mhm.
It was even a screenshot between this gentleman
Mhm.
and this politician. He
Wow.
made a screenshot that he posted that was on Twitter, but I've not been able to verify
Five.
if it was real or not. But then, that was exactly what happened in Nigeria. The other day, there was a protest in Abuja. Asari Dokubo, he brought some of his boys, in quotes, he
Mhm.
brought some of his boys all the way from South, straight to Abuja to protest against the protesters,
Hmm.
to bully and intimidate the protesters.
Hmm.
So that is where we are from. That is what is happening because the politicians have been able to divide the youth.
Yes. Mm.
They have been able to divide them, and the youth, they don't have a single voice. You see, I won't say that the Kenyans are not suffering. Probably they are not suffering as much as Nigerians. You see, that is the whole game. Because for people to be under you, you need to get them. For you to get people to do your biddings, you need to get them to
On their
suffer.
knees to suffer.
Get them to, yeah, exactly, to look up to you. So at any time you show up like, okay, guys, you know what? I'm gonna give you a loaf of bread. Go do this for me, and they keep running to do it. So that is why you see they keep the people in perpetual poverty.
Mm.
They keep them poor. They only give them what to eat. They give them something to feed with just now, not what will sustain them for the rest of their lives, or a sustainability solution to their problem, sustainable solution to their problem. No, they just
Mhm.
give them what to eat right now, so
Mhm.
they can be called upon at any time. Just give them something, press the button, okay, then tell them what to do. So that is the difference between the Gen Z and the Endsars, because the Kenyan youth, they are resolute.
Mhm.
For now, they are speaking the same voice, and that is what we are hoping for, that they keep being resolute and they keep seeing the common enemy, and they keep speaking the same voice. So that is to answer that. That is my opinion. Then, to touch about the IMF that
Mhm.
Peace Africa spoke about. You see, I, for one, knowing what the Nigerian government, I will use Nigeria as a case study
That's
here because
correct.
I'm from
Yeah,
Nigeria.
go ahead. Yes.
Yeah. Knowing what the Nigerian government does
Wardrobe.
freaking month.
It's crazy.
I don't know if they are changing furnitures every month.
No, no.
1 point something million for newspapers. Like
Yes.
what
It's
kind of
crazy.
newspapers do they read?
Exactly. It's crazy.
You see
Crazy.
all these things. So these are the money they borrow.
Mm.
Then you will find stack of dollars. You find stack of dollars, millions of dollars that is hidden somewhere in a politician's house,
Yes.
in a politician's cellar,
It's
in
crazy.
a politician's tank, buried. These are the funds they are borrowing.
Mm.
They borrow them and they don't use them for the
For the good of the
projects.
nation.
Exactly. They put them in their pockets and they let the taxpayers, the people suffer for it.
Hmm.
You understand?
Mm.
So it begs the question, do we really need to borrow money? Because we don't use the money for what it is meant for.
No.
The people are still suffering since we've been borrowing. We've been borrowing and borrowing and borrowing.
Yeah.
The inflation has skyrocketed
Mm-hmm.
and nothing is working. So do we really, the debt has also skyrocketed in a geometric progression.
Yeah.
Now, do we need to keep borrowing monies and keep wallowing in debt?
Yeah.
We don't use the money for us, so we don't need to borrow money.
No.
We Nigerians, we are already used to this. We can, for the love of the nation, we can just continue to suffer as long as our governments don't borrow the money because the money doesn't get to us anyway.
No.
So that is what I'm trying to say, that we don't need to borrow money from any international organization. We don't need to borrow money from World Bank. We don't need to borrow money from IMF. We don't need to borrow money.
Nobody.
Now, France, bro, listen, France, Germany, UK, US, and Gates Foundation, they are going to finance the production of vaccines in
Crazy.
Africa.
We don't want it.
You see?
We don't want it. We should campaign against it. We should campaign. We don't want. That's so dangerous.
Of course
We do not
should.
want it. We need to
Of course
campaign
we should.
against that. We must.
Do we have the formula to these vaccines? No, we don't. They are bringing them. We just
We
gonna
can-
put them in the bottles here. That's what we're gonna do here.
We're not doing that. We cannot do that. And this is one of the awareness. We have to make sure now that that's why I preach constitution. We, the people, will decide who we want to do things for us. And they have to come from us, not from outside. This is again why the constitution is so important.
Exactly.
So important.
Exactly. You see, with all due respect to the Senegalese, I mean, with Justice Party, you see,
Yes.
I've always had my reservation
Mm.
with some people from the beginning.
Yeah.
Five,
yes.
became the president and all that. You understand? So the fact that Five, with all these hula baloo
Yes.
and everything that has been spoken,
Yes.
so with the fact that he was part of that, it was Five, it was Senegal,
Yes.
Ghana, Rwanda,
Yes.
and Botswana.
Yes.
You see, so the fact that Five was part of that depravity.
Oh, it's painful. It's painful.
That he was part of that depravity.
It's
with
painful.
Everything they have said, his
Yes.
party have said against France.
Yes. It's painful.
Now letting France and these other countries to bring the manufacturing
Of the vaccines. Of the vaccines. It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's preposterous.
Yes. And
Now
this is.
our government are bringing GMOs.
Yeah.
They are bringing GMOs into the country,
It's
right?
yes. It's crazy.
They are bringing GMOs into the country. How does GMO products, how do they help us? First of all, do we know if they are good for consumption?
They're not. They're not.
Exactly. I made a video about that earlier, I think like 2 months ago, when the Swedish embassy posted it that the World Food Program has received how many tons of wheat from Ukraine, GMOs. Okay, now they are bringing GMOs, right? First of all, these products are not tested. We don't know if they are good for consumption. Or
Exactly.
we don't know if humans are going to consume these things or if animals, they are going to use them to train animals. We don't know. Now, using GMOs products, we don't have any GMO manufacturing
No. Plants.
equipment or technology here.
No.
Exactly. So which means we are going to be buying these GMO grains from outside
Exactly.
to be able to plant them.
It-
So I don't know. I don't know what
we don't need it. There's nothing as good as natural. Natural seeds is best, and we need to really campaign again. This goes back. It goes back down to exercising our right as sovereigns. When we don't exercise the rights of sovereignty, this is what we get. We need to exercise that.
It is in a while. Why
Yes.
you sit here hosting this very amazing, thought-provoking, revolutionary live session? Why you sit here bringing these people, these beautiful people all over Africa here to talk about this? Do you know that so many Nigerians are fighting over VDM, Yabo Ojo, all those people?
I haven't got time for that. Sorry, we ain't got time for that. That's nonsense. That's just a distraction.
You're getting it. You're getting it. This is a matter of misplaced priority.
Yeah, yeah.
A matter of misplaced priority. If Nigerians should just wake up, if they should just wake up and just see beyond the price of fuel and the price of food in the market, because that is the only time you see them coming out to shout. And once you give them fuel, you give them food, everyone goes back into their shell.
Exactly.
And shut up.
Yeah, yeah. It's deeper than that.
We should see beyond that and look at the future. Know that we have to do something so that the generation that is coming after us can see something to stand on and they can even continue the fight. So that is what we should be doing. Thank you very much for this platform, sir.
Thank you.
I really appreciate what you're
Thank you,
doing.
thank you.
And people who are listening here, mostly Nigerians, that they should wake up. They should wake up and start seeing or making the main thing the main thing. You understand?
Yes.
Thank you very much, brothers and sisters.
Wow, thank you, thank you, thank you for well said. Honestly, you covered everything. I'm not going to ask any more questions. You really said it all. And please just stay there, and we'll probably bring you back up again. Let's go to B. Keita. Welcome and thank you for waiting very much. Then we've got Daniel coming behind. B. Keita, thank you.
I tell you what, it's just so interesting here. I've listened to the previous speakers, and the problem here is the guy saying, "Do we need to borrow money?" Yes, you do. You know why? Because you are not in charge of your resources. You've got the oil. You can't decide to sell it in another currency apart from the dollar, and that's imposed on you. If you are in charge of your resources, you can decide in which currency to sell it. You can decide to barter it for another agricultural product from China somewhere. Because the resources is yours.
Exactly.
And what happens is that the money comes to you. You don't borrow. It comes to you because you have the resources. But you are not in charge of it.
Exactly.
That's why you've got to borrow.
But we are hoping to change, if we can begin to build our own systems, like Peace Africa Hope said, if we build our own systems whereby we create our own financial structures, now we can start determining what we do there, and that's probably where we,
Exactly. So this brings me to another thing: the evil and corrupt leadership.
Yeah.
These people are not just corrupt; they are evil.
Yeah.
The leaders we have in Africa, they are evil. You were talking about setting up a group against another in one country. Politicians do that. That's how evil they are.
It's terrible.
You know why they do that?
For pocket.
Because the vying or the opposite protesters are a threat to them.
Exactly.
To the way of living.
Exactly.
They are stealing everything. So they are both evil and corrupt, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And that's dangerous. This is why we are where we are in Africa. Now, I'm coming up. I'm sorry to say that Russia has shown us the way. They've got the resources. They decided it's not going to be in US dollar, it's not going to be in euro, and they are surviving.
Exactly.
Now the biggest in the whole Europe.
Exactly. Exactly.
How do they manage to do that? Because they've got the resources. Nigerians have that. I'm from the Gambia. In the Gambia, we have a limited one. But look at the size of the country. We could have done better with it. And we are not. And all other African countries are like that. So we've got seen 3 countries that have emerged out of that silliness. Not far from Nigeria.
Exactly.
Nigeria, the Burkina Faso and the Malians.
That's it. That's it.
See who their enemies are? They are neighboring countries. Those Nigeria, Ghana, Ivory Coast are their enemies. And why are they their enemies? Because they are the Western puppets.
Thank you.
So saying that kind of leadership is a Herculean task.
It is.
And I sometimes sit here and I think
crazy. It's crazy.
And we are nothing to
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
Do you
yeah.
understand?
Mm.
Someone can come in, please.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Big Keita. You pose the problems that we face real well. We know we have solutions. Thank you so much for that. Let us hear from Daniel. Daniel Manika, my brother. Gen Z, Gen Z. How you doing? How you doing?
Greetings to the panel. Greetings, Mama Vena. One thing I have to say, for me, what the last speaker said,
Big
is the
Keita.
other way around. This is what we're fighting. That we don't need to borrow money from outside, because the minute we do that, we are the ones adding value to the model of the currency. Because if we're gonna ignore naira value or kwacha value or shillings value, that's where we're going wrong. So if if I have to be honest with you, if because I've lived in United Kingdom
Mhm.
for long,
Mm.
so it's a small island. If you have to achieve any invention or a tour in your music, if you dominate the UK scene, it's still little.
Mhm.
But the minute you dominate Africa, it makes you the key person, because
Exactly.
that's where we are more populated than
Mhm. Then,
other territory.
indeed.
Exactly. So from what I heard from him, it's just like the problem is us borrowing ideas and getting validation from the outsiders. Even this thing that they were trying to create, the African Expo,
Mhm.
so that people can trade amongst themselves, etc. So when you're looking at the Chinese model, what they did, although they were copying the products from the outsiders, they were able to feed those ideas within themselves. Even their own youth, when they leave China or Japan or Korea, they would come out to England or whatever territory, they would take the ideas and dump them. So Korea and China has boomed up because 50% of the knowledge that their children have acquired from outside has been implemented in their territory. So the problem with us is that diasporas are not having interest to come back. Of course, it has happened in some sort of way, like let's say tourism. You hear
Yes.
brothers in America saying, "I'm visiting Africa for a minute." Yes, the money may end up there,
Mm.
but we're looking at the money that births these ideas. Let's
Mm.
say
Mm.
giving that money to an inventor,
Mm.
or giving not to say that I've entered Nigeria, I've
No.
parted in Lagos, and
Mhm.
then no. We're speaking about coming in. You can get your land,
That's it.
coordinate with the people on the ground, create a factory. Even the simple thing like I always give example, toothpick.
Mhm.
You can create multiple jobs out of a toothpick.
Exactly.
Someone who go picks the trees,
Yes.
slive it, sharpen it. The person who does the packaging of it. The person who's gonna deliver it to, I don't know, Babatunde's restaurant
Yes.
or somewhere in Kenya. You have contributed there. Now those jobs are there, but they're within us. So meaning you have helped your people. But then if someone outside now wish and say, "Hey, I like these toothpicks from Nigeria or Lagos.
Mhm.
I want to acquire them too." That's when you can do your export business.
Exactly.
Because it's the same thing as Russia. Russia locked themselves in and then develop and cook and get whatever they can get from outside in whatever sticky way they did it.
Mm.
You can do the same thing.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I feel like this is what I always tell people. We need to think about energy, attention, and space. If you
Mhm.
gravitate all those three elements towards ourselves, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Because now we are brewing our culture.
Yes.
As it overflows, that's when we can be able to share. But
Exactly.
unfortunately, before we share, everybody's milking it out. So when
Exactly.
you look at one thing, I'm trying to protect the inventors of Africa. I noticed that they come on TikTok while they're inventing that project. It's not matured yet.
No.
So now they're gonna come for you. You
Yes.
need to wait for that project to mature, and then when it's mature, you have coordinated, and
Yeah.
then you're firm to go. So
Exactly.
that's where the issue is. So I would say that the key thing is don't borrow money. I'll give you an example. I sent Elder yesterday, actually today,
Okay.
when I was telling him about Kenya. They
Yeah.
have raised like 40 million shillings
Yes.
just during the protest, 2 days or 3 days,
Yes.
just for them to distribute to the funeral, to the brothers, the comrades that we have lost, and also to the ones who able to give us free water for the protest, etc. So just that simple concept. We didn't need democracy. We didn't know no leader.
No.
It was just the Gen Zs
Yes.
distributing.
I saw it. Exactly.
That's their fourth industry that
Mm-hmm.
they're creating. But what is the model of AI that Nigeria would like to create?
Exactly.
Can you know? Do you know how to erect a satellite?
Mm-hmm.
What signal? Remember, like you can play with your radio
Mm-hmm.
to pick the signal,
Mm.
manipulate that, find out how you can get more security of that signal,
Mm.
and implement your own radio. Magafuli did it,
Mm-hmm.
but I know they they destroyed the market to
Yeah.
pieces. But
Yeah.
we need to exercise that pillar. Yeah,
Mm.
I'll land there.
Thank you so much, Daniel. Thank you for that input. I'm really grateful for that. Thank you so much. Let's hear from Mansa X. Very important. Welcome on board, Mansa X. Welcome, my brother. It's good to have you back again. Welcome.
Hello, hello, hello,
Hello.
everyone.
Hello. Hello.
It's a very, very pleasure to be here with you guys this evening.
Thank you. Thank you.
But for me, first and foremost, I'd like to for us to really give a round of applause for our Gen Z
Yes.
for this unindoctrinated,
Yes.
fierce, and determined part of our generation. I'd like for us to really give it up for them.
Yes. Absolutely. 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 Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
And also, I'd like us to give a moment of silence, if possible, for our fallen heroes, for those who have fallen from this revolution that is taking place in Kenya. If we can give a tiny bit
Yes.
moment of silence.
Okay, you know what? We'll give them a minute. Let's give them a moment. A moment. I'm literally going to take my cap off. Very good point. Let's do that. Okay? Yeah. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
first and foremost, I'd like us to one little something I wanted to bring to our attention is for us to truly understand the people who've come to our continent, interacted with us, and a little bit of why they did what they did.
Mm.
And I'd like to attract our attention to a particular civilization called Greek civilization.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This civilization it is said to be the first one to document a systematic study of human behavior.
Hmm.
This particular period of humanity is where reason became sort of like a god, where they had to reason everything. The Greek were said to be thinkers. They produced a lot of material on human behaviors. They were also the first one to invent the term democrata, what we know today as democracy. And also the term citizen, but in their language was politis.
Sorry, I'll be back on.
Okay.
I think that's where we derive our term politician. These guys were also the first ones to document manipulation and control. How to manipulate and control people.
Hmm.
These guys were also the first ones to invent what we know today as leadership theory.
Hmm. Hmm.
These people say that leadership is a product of natural endowment. What is natural endowment? It simply means that certain humans were born with certain qualities to be leaders.
Mm-hmm.
According to them, if you were not born with these qualities, you were automatically a slave. So
Mm.
their society, the way they arranged it is they observe you. You
Yeah.
have these qualities. You're born to be a master or a leader. If you don't have these qualities, you're born to be a
Imagine.
Now, for their traits, for those, according to them, those who were born to be masters or leaders, their physical traits were sharp-pointed nose, eyes,
I wonder.
fair-skinned, thin lips, and blonde hair. If you had these ones, you were born to be a master or a leader, according to the arrangement in their society. If you did not have these, you were born to be a slave.
Wow. Wow.
Now, this is there's a lot of stuff that they did, but I found it fitting for us to come to this particular
Discussion.
understanding,
Mm-hmm.
because these Greeks, when they were invaded by the Romans destroyed most of their stuff, but they did not destroy their books. They took these books and took it back to Rome, and went and studied this. And these were the theories that they adopted as leadership theories. So for them, if you had like broad nose, brown or black eyes, or brown skin, or big lips, according to them, you were born to be a servant, a slave.
Wow.
So the Greeks, like I said, they were conquered by the Romans. The Romans took these books, which they've documented all this, how to control human beings,
Mhm.
about the leadership quality, and all this other stuff. The Romans took it with them and went and studied them, and they've adopted this as leadership theories. Now, as we all know, the Roman disintegrated into many kingdoms. Now that have come to be known as Franco, which is France,
Yeah.
Spania, which
Yeah.
is Spain, Belgium,
Yeah.
which is Belgium, Anglo, which is England,
Yeah.
Portugal, which is Portugal. Now, these
Angleterre as well. Don't forget Angleterre, Germans. The Germans. They're called Inglaterre or something like that. They're called.
yeah, and then the Germans as well.
Yes.
Now, these people are the ones who decided to extend their particular rulership.
Mm-hmm.
They went to the Caribbean as well as to Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we need to remember that this is still the Romans. It's simply just disintegrated.
Exactly.
All their mentality and the leader
It remains the
whatever
same.
their leadership is still the same, just different name. Now they came to Africa, they came to us. Now remember, we did not fit
No.
what they think leadership
Yeah.
people were born as leaders are. So when they came into our space, found us dark skin, broad nose, afros, and all these things, they say, okay, I found myself millions of servant, millions of slave. It's very, very important for us to understand this, because this is the ideology from which they operate when they interact with us.
Okay.
Forget about everything they tell you, we are partnering, and all these things.
No.
All that is just to put you to sleep,
Mm-hmm.
basically. But
Mm-hmm.
the base upon which all the policies and how they perceive you,
Yeah.
this is the foundation from where it comes from.
Indeed. Indeed. Indeed.
And that's why today they can be okay with, let's say, for example, of what the First Lady of Sierra Leone
Yes.
revealed to us last time. That's why they can be completely fine
Yes.
with their company extracting 100 million from your country and only giving 10,000.
Exactly.
After
Yes.
all, you're only a slave
It's crazy.
to them.
Yeah.
And that particular situation of Sierra Leone, it's all over Africa.
It is. It is. All
That is
over.
That is the same thing that Cote d'Ivoire is facing, same thing that Senegal facing, same thing that Kenya, DRC, and all these countries.
Nigeria, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Uganda, you name it, they are facing the same problems.
So this is very, very, according in my opinion, it's very, very crucial to understand the ideology in the heads of these people, so that we don't fool ourselves thinking that we're partnering with them for our development.
Mm.
Not only that, there is this, I think Howard, one of the, he was, I think, a French economist, Nicholas Howard.
Yes, Howard Nicholas. From
Yes.
is it French or Dutch? I think it's
It's
Dutch.
from France, I think.
Okay.
One of those.
Okay.
He said something. He said that it is crucial for Africa, sub-Saharan Africa, to remain poor for Europe to maintain its standard
Mm.
of living, and Europe should be ready if it's to go to war, it should be ready to do that to make sure that Africa remains poor, so that their standard of life can remain the way it is.
Wow.
These people can formulate this particular policy because, remember, you don't look like them.
No.
In their book, they are the masters, and you
And
only a servant.
Yes. Indeed. Indeed.
So this is that. And colonizers, they came to our space, colonized us. This is practically what they believe. And if we know that all our education today were basically framed by them.
Exactly. Exactly. And they are still and it's still being used right now on many African countries, to control us.
That's exactly. That's why you can say our most educated are the most sold out. Because they took them and indoctrinated them
Yeah.
with this particular ideology, which our own end up working against us. I recall one of my brother here, I think it was melanated.
Mm-hmm.
He brought up something about I think the GMO and all these.
That's
other
correct.
things.
Yes.
Another thing is we need to understand that there was a study. There was a study that came out. I don't know where it came out, but I came to learn about it from African media, which clearly stipulated that 75% of raw materials that powers all industries across the Western world comes from Africa.
75%.
95% of raw material.
That includes the turbines, the wheel turbine, the wind turbines.
Whatever industry
Yeah.
you can think of that needs raw material, 75%,
Wow.
it comes from Africa.
Wow.
So basically, they want Africa without Africans.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
So that is that. I'm saying all this to say that we should not be fooled again. We should
No.
not continue to be as fools for these people. Countries like France, if a country like France looked the way it is today, it's because of, I'm sorry to say, but it's because of the stupidity of
Yeah.
our people in our world.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the only way France is still surviving.
Mm.
That's a poor,
Yeah.
poor country.
It is. It is. It is. It is.
You know.
Let me ask you a question. I'm glad you outlined a lot of the issues. What's your take on what we're trying to do now in terms of this awareness of the Constitution? Because that's really one of the things that we're trying to spread, and it seems to be getting traction. Translating it into our local languages to stop the drain of our resources out of our country, because people don't know that they're sovereigns, so they don't know they have the right to put a stop to all these resources leaving our country and our continent and being used for other countries. If it's going to live at all, they should be paid a fair price for it. How do you look at Constitution in this? Because we're thinking that to translate it into our local languages, because all the countries now, we've understood, all 55 countries, they have Constitution, and the Constitution has been written largely by the colonials. So we need our people to know what is in it, and once they know what's in it, they can understand it, participate, and then ultimately change it, so they can put a stop to this. So I wanted to know what your take is on that, generally.
That is very, 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 very important work. It's one of the key things that needs to be done. Awareness, because people are not gonna fight or oppose things that they don't understand. So for them, understanding it is very key. For them to have that clear understanding of what is their right, because once they know their rights, and then they'll know once their rights is violated. If
Exactly.
your right is being violated and you don't know what is your right, then it's almost impossible for you to defend what you don't know if it's yours in the first place. I myself was born in Eastern Congo. I was
Mm.
born in the city of Bukavu.
Wow.
I did my primary school there, but not a class on how many minerals
Hmm.
were in my country. I came to learn about the minerals in my country in North America.
So you are right on the minerals. You knew nothing about it, but when you get to North America, is when you knew.
My class was built right on top of minerals.
Wow.
There was no word on the minerals under the class.
Can you see can you see the massive indoctrination?
The Himalaya, the longest, whatever, the Himalaya, the Everest. That's what they disturbing your head with. Just unnecessary nonsense. And all this are done, it's done on
Yeah.
purpose.
And brother, you know the funniest thing, right? So I think when Russia was threatening the UK, there was this Muzungu who was, I think he created his page on YouTube. So he basically prepares people to how to survive during the war. Because remember everybody's bragging, World War III is coming, blah blah blah. And he gave this little trick. He said, you know the coins that we've been touching all this time? Because there's a £1 coin.
Yeah.
You know that's actually the actual gold. So if you melt it, all of it as a collective, you have literally a gold bar. Silver, you have a silver bar already. Aluminium. When you melt the copper from Zambia, you have a bar already. You can sell those things to survive in exchange for during the war. So I
Please.
was like, wait a minute. Yeah, that's what we've been touching all this time. Those coins that they use. That's why the smart move that Zimbabwe is making, I hope they're not gonna end in the wrong side. When they were saying that they made the Ziggy, meaning that it's gonna be made out of gold and so on, it's backed up by the gold.
Yeah.
So it's the same ideology in all this process. Because remember, we're just touching paper.
Mhm.
Paper is made out of trees,
Yeah,
cotton,
exactly.
whatever, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of us having that knowledge about like what creates what. So some people would say Africans would just been watching Chinese people picking a rock,
Mhm.
putting in a shipping container, and it flies off. No one ever questions like, why are you guys taking the rock? But then when they go there, they convert it. They know how to find it out to extract pieces, and one rock can give them the battery for the cells, the cobalt. They use it in the batteries as well.
Exactly.
But at the same time, so it goes to the mobile phone.
Mhm.
So it's just about us understanding our resources
Thank you.
and that ideology of mining. So yeah,
Yeah.
we need to build those curriculums. So it makes
Yeah.
sense about the language translation. Yeah.
Thank you.
Exactly. We need to regain our whatever curriculum that is there. We need to abolish all that stuff and build our own. Like I told you,
Absolutely.
just look around. How many Africans are in the exact same situation as I was? You're
Exactly.
in the country, you're clueless,
About the resources.
completely clueless about what that country has.
Wow. Wow.
You're being told some other useless thing. The
Yeah, exactly.
longest mountain,
Exactly.
the longest river,
Yeah.
the tallest mosquito.
It is painful. It's painful. Now, I'm really grateful for your thoughts here, Mansa. And we need this kind of discussion. And what you talked, the personal aspect of what you just said now is truly painful. I went to primary school, secondary school in Nigeria, and they never talked to us about our resources in this manner at all. We talked about farming, but that was it. They didn't talk about the resources we have, and many of us did not connect the resources to our nations. Only for us to come out, and then you realize, hang on, the gold they're talking about, the oil they're talking about, comes from your land. Hang on, that's millionaires. Oh, we've been caught out. So This is really important.
Anyway, just think of you remember Haiti. I don't know if this is coming to your
Yes,
attention, but Haiti was called one of the poorest country. But surprisingly, that country is called to a. It's we came to learn that it has iridium.
that's correct.
It's one of the rarest mineral. Only two countries on the planet
Exactly.
has it.
Yeah. I mean, so you can tell that the narrative that they're even telling us about ourselves is false. So we have to do the research about ourselves. That's why gaining control with the constitution is so powerful. So we can define what is being said about us. Really, really important. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Let us hear from BK. I think we'll be rounding up and about now. We're rounding up in the next 5, 10, 10, 15 minutes because I need to go and rest a bit.
I was away. I'm sorry for that.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Go ahead.
Interesting because you've got some very, very good people here. Talking about the way forward for Africa, and
Absolutely.
I'm really learning. I've just got the problem with our leaders as the world events unfold. And you know what? Just a few weeks ago, when that ICC prosecutor came, that they got from some of those so-called U.S. leaders
Mm-hmm.
saying there is no African leader voting. Now, when we had that, I think the African Union should have a meeting and say this institution we are not going to be part of it anymore.
Exactly.
This is us, and we've seen what they've done to Africa. But leaders are there quiet, isn't it?
Yeah.
And if that loan they call IMF, now you know the condition. If we are not part of the, if we are not a signature of ICC or ICA, that loan to access becomes difficult.
Exactly. Exactly.
So you see how they control us. For me, the question is how do we get ourselves out of this?
We
One
can't.
second
We can't.
which we act and we can't execute. So the kind of leadership we have is so disturbing. It's so disturbing in Africa. I don't know, but the colleagues here are so intelligent people. Let's come together and then see a way forward. But
Exactly.
No,
Exactly.
this can't go on. Thank
No.
you all very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
But again, I don't think our leaders, I don't think our focus should limit itself to our leaders. Because we need to understand that our states are living in what we call neo-colonialism.
Yes, absolutely.
These leaders are not even free at all. They are more slave than who you can pick than whoever else is done it.
Absolutely.
Mm.
I concur.
Recently, I came across, but in all of that, we are winning. We are winning. Things are changing, and most particularly, France is losing grip. Because last time I watched a session in French Parliament, basically they recall these. It's one of these agency which function in complete darkness, which is in charge of coordinating weapons for the terrorists, for the T's. They wrote the rules.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then corrupting our leaders, assassinating our leaders who don't fall in line.
Unaliving. Unaliving.
That's unaliving our leaders who want our states to be free. They were called to the French Parliament to give account of what they've been doing. Why? Because France is losing.
Mm.
So they were called to give an account. What have you guys been doing?
Mm.
Whatever you guys told us that will succeed, it's losing grip. It's not succeeding. So we should not leave momentum. But brother AI was pushing in educating our people
Yeah.
about their constitution. Keep that up, brother. And everyone else who's participating in this work of raising awareness for our people, keep it up.
Yes.
Because the trend is changing. It might not look like it at the moment, but it's steadily shifting, and the colonizer is sensing it.
Yeah. Mansa, you know the worst part of it? You know
Thank you.
the woman who runs Italy. There's always this woman who speaks about it.
Um.
I can't remember her name, but what's happening like in
Uh,
now there's
Maloney. Yes. Maloney. That's correct. Yes.
Meloni. So France is got this. It's got a version of a woman. So she is pure racist. That one.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the one that's replacing Macron to add this newbie.
Marine Le Pen.
Le Pen.
I think that's the one.
That's
Yeah,
the
so
one.
she's the worst. We don't even know what they're bringing. Because this is why I keep saying as well that we do practice how to position our women
Mhm.
in those positions.
Yes, yes.
So that way they can give us their feedback on it. Because it has to be fire to fire.
Exactly.
We have to put our women in that power. That's why White House is always pulling out the black women,
Mm.
their position. Even here in England, you have the same nonsense.
Mm.
But for us in Mamaland, we have to empower our women.
Exactly.
They need to advocate for them to protect Mamaland.
Exactly.
They will speak the truth directly. So
Exactly.
we have to work with both energies.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Let me hear from Verna May. Verna, if you like, we'd like to add a few comments, and I'll come to Earth Angel, and then I'm afraid we'll have to wrap it up because it's late. It's really late now, but we're going to carry on with the discussion again. But before I go,
I let Earth Angel speak first because I've spoken.
okay,
Let her speak.
okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, Earth Angel. Go ahead.
Okay. So basically, what I was thinking is,
No, I'm going to say Aderemi. Aderemi. Yes.
yeah, thank you, Adenemi. Yes, thank you. If Africa provides 75% of the resources that runs the West, don't you guys realize what that means? We have the driver wheel, guys. All we need to do is push that thing in that turbine and stop them turbines from moving. Can you imagine us crippling the world for one day? We have that power. Do you guys not realize that? Without the gasoline, nothing works. Without the fuel, nothing moves. We have the resources. Why is it that we can't cut them off and let them see how it feel that without us, since we're so poor and we're so broken and you don't need us, let's see how it really feels to not really need us.
Hmm.
We have that power.
So to achieve that, I agree with you. To achieve that, then it requires our people to know that constitution, to know that they can exercise that power, because when they can exercise it, then that what you're just saying now is actually achievable in that way. Although I would rather we actually use it to actually, to build our infrastructure in our own communities, and then of course that could be a side issue. But I agree with you. We can do that, and it's possible. Yeah, and it's really important we look at it from that point of view. What I want to just say before Verna speaks now, please, everybody on here, every community that you go into, share the Constitution, talk about the Constitution, make it part of your lives in every part of Africa, in local languages, please. This is so important. You will free them from bondage. We can and must do this. And please join us. Subscribe to Citizen AY on here. Donate to us. We are working behind the scenes. Number of us that have been on this show today have been in meeting today, and we are serious about spreading that knowledge. So I wanted to just say that, and I want to thank everybody that's on the panel right now, and those of you who are commenting as well. Verna, let's hear from you. Thank you.
Everyone here, thank y'all so much. I mean, come on, we are really powerful. We are united. We are anointed, appointed, and united. Everything now is up to us. We are the table.
Ashe, Ashe.
And we have to also, the Jew, excuse me, the people that rule the world are the ones that, they support their leaders.
Mm-hmm.
They support us.
They don't spend their money with anyone except themselves.
Mm-hmm.
We as a people have got to do that. We have got to
Ashe.
support this is the most powerful. This is the most powerful action on the planet now to bring us up to where we're taken from. This is the way. We can't do anything to make us to empower us or to build us. We can't do anything except before we have that constitution and give the people the power.
Thank you.
Ashe.
Thank you.
That's the first step.
Yes.
That's the first step.
Yes.
Yeah. And everything after that, with the help and the guidance of ancestors, we'll know the next step
Ashe. 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 Well said. So thank you all so very much. Please do share the broadcast. Once again,
I just
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
that's it. I just wanted to agree with my sister Angel, and what you said there, it's absolutely correct. We are the power, but the narrative has been framed to make it look like they are the power while we are the power.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you can see they lose sleep whenever there's a leader on a continent who's truly working for those people, for their people. Look at what Magufuli was able to accomplish in one term.
I know. And they took him out. They took him out.
But they don't sleep. They don't sleep because they know their survival is over there. It's over there. Without that place, they are just phobos. So people on the street. So we are the power. They know that, and that's why all of they infiltrate our government. They make
Yeah.
sure leaders where they are puppets and all these things because
Yeah.
they know if they allow a leadership that is truly awake
Yeah.
in any of the African countries, it's able to inflict damage on them. So that's all.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So thank you all so very much. It's been a pleasure. We'll come back and we'll continue to talk about the topics. We'll bring other issues, but all of it is always tied to our people knowing their rights, the constitution in their local languages. That must be our focus because once people know those rights, they will stop the exploitation themselves. They will be empowered to put a stop to the current ceaseless exploitation going on our continent. And together we shall achieve that. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Keep the drums going. Beat the drums. We are beating the drums for freedom. Thank you very much. Ashe. Daniel, we'll be in touch with you later on. Thanks. Bye. 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 Bye, guys. Yes?
I wanted to know if I could get copies of his documents that he spoke on Greeks and all the topics that he touched bases on because I'd like to be able to speak on it too, but
Okay.
I'd like to have receipts.
Okay, Master X, can you get in touch with myself and then we can get you talked about the Greeks and stuff. So if you get in touch with me, in fact, you know what? I'll send you the link to join us in the group, Africa Zoom. Okay?
Dr. Masmaro, I don't know if you're aware of him.
Okay.
Dr. Masmaro.
Okay, Dr. Masmaro. Okay.
Yes, spoken it as well.
Okay. Okay.
A.S.
Doctor.
Yes.
M-Y.
M-Y.
L-E-S.
Miles Maro. Okay, L-E-S. Miles Maro.
Maro is M-U.
Monroe.
Monroe, yeah. He spoke plenty on it. Just,
So how do you spell the Monroe? How do you spell the Monroe?
Monroe, is it M-O-U?
No.
I think it's
M-O-N. M-O-N-R-O-E. I think it is.
Let me double check.
Okay.
Let me double check here.
I'm gonna send Daniel. I'm gonna send yourself and Mansa X. I'll send you links for the Africa Zoom.
Monroe is M-U-N-R-O-E.
Oh, M-U-N-R-O-E. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Dr. Miles Monroe.
It's M-O-N-R-O.
But sometimes
M-U-N.
they do have different spelling sometimes, Vanna. It might just a touch, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, he spoke very, very broadly.
Okay.
Philosophy.
Okay. All right. Thank you all, guys. We'll be in touch again. Pleasant. I wish you all pleasant evening, and we'll be back. And may our ancestors guide us to achieve true freedom for Africa. And don't forget, keep the drums rolling. Keep the drums beating. Ashe, ashe, ashe. We shall achieve this. Ashe, ashe. Bye, bye. Ashe. Whew. Okay. To 60 diamonds. Okay. TikTok Studio. Let's see. So, wow. Well done, guys. I'm really tired. I'm just gonna try and check what's going on. We really need more people to support us. We need to really grow the platform, and please subscribe to us. We are planning to translate the constitution into our local languages. It's very, very important that we get as many to help as we can. We have to just have a break now because I've just been, on it for some time, and I want to thank everybody who's been watching us now. I hope you found it informative. We'll be doing more discussions about this, and it's important that we really focus on the ultimate goal, translating the constitution into all our local languages right across the 55 nations in Africa. We can do this. In the name of our ancestors, Ashe, Ashe,